Hello and welcome back to Spekd, and it's Conquest time. So we're going to get to do some building, we're going to get to do some painting, we've definitely got some hobbying, and I might even do some crafting in this video, as we missed it for the last few. Oh man, what can I say? Let's get this open and let's have a look. Sprue check. Sprue is checked. Oh man, that's it now. We can start the build. So if you've got these three issues, if you haven't, then if you go back to the previous video, it has a build instructions, just in case you bought the sprue off at eBay and you didn't get the magazines. And I want to refer to that to do the build. But anyway, look, sprue looks clean, no damage, no problems. But look how many bits are on there. Let's make a comparison to the other sprues because I've got them handy. So that's the main body there. Chassis, grav plates. We've got the top there. And look, there must be over 100 little doobies on this. That's just crazy. All right, let's get the magazine. Whew. Have a look. All right, here it is. Right, the guide. $7.99. Repulsor tank. Issue 77. Enough said. Sprue number 3 of 4. And look at that. Absolutely beautiful. You could not miss this from a mile away. Standout colors. Red and blue. Touch of white. I'm just saying, even the Queen would be proud of this. She's probably sitting there with a cup of tea, enjoying this issue of Conquest. Well done, Hachette. Well done, Games Workshop. All right, let's get this open. So we have tons of lore. We have, this looks like we're going to get the rest of the Space Marine warriors coming in here, because there are a few sections missing. So we've got our Primaris Repulsor Painting and the mission finally. So we're recovering the Repulsor. It hasn't got the stand, so that mission, I bet they're not using it yet. So let's move on. So we have our Devastator squads. Okay, you've heard me talk about Hellblasters, and if you've been getting Conquest and that's where you started and that's the only thing you kind of got, the weapons that they use are part of the heavy weapons systems. So that's what they come under. Devastator squads are dedicated to carrying heavy weaponry, like anti-tank weaponry. It's got their like long-range fire support. With the mini marines, you can tailor the weapons they carry for specific things, and they do a lot of work and a lot of damage. You can have like missile launchers, you can have grav guns, you can have heavy bolters, you can have las cannons, and they do so much damage. The squads are quite expensive and they're quite small. What I tend to do is, rather than take them in squads of 5, I take them in squads of 10, and then just have like 5 normal marines with them, mini marines, and when they get shot, just remove those to begin with. Now, the equivalent of these currently for Primaris, I think, are the Eliminators. I know Hellblasters are quite popular and then quite nice and toasty. But with the Eliminators, they can, shoot targets they can't quite see directly with line of sight. And they're like the scouts, but with heavy weaponry equivalent, because they do a lot of damage when they fire. And they've got special rounds and stuff, and they're great. So you can see them there, different loadouts. Look, that's so cool. Little missile launcher. Well done. That's beautiful. Little cherub there, Amorium cherub, and you might think they're little babies or little angels. They're just like cyborgs carrying extra armory for them. They're pretty cool. But these guys are, as it says, flexible. They're really cool. The sergeant always tends to die first because they have the smallest weapon, but they do give buffs to these other guys which help them to hit. So they do the targeting, and that helps the other guys to fire. Centurion Devastators. Oh, okay. These guys are not Primaris. They're not Terminators. They are walking tanks. They are the equivalent of the aggressors, but with more weapons. No, I can't even say that. They are just walking armories. That's better. A tank has got limited weapons, walking armories. These guys are absolutely horrible on the table. Absolutely horrible. Horrible. A squad of 6 of these, even though they're not Primaris, they just, you know, devastate. They devastate you. They wipe you out. They're brilliant. I love them. They're great. If they were Primaris, I would love to put them in my Sons of Phoenix. Because they're not, they're going to have to go in my Blood Angels. If they ever do make Primaris versions of this, I have no idea what they would be like. But it would be just freaking awesome. This symbol doesn't stand for heavy. It stands for awesome. That's what that stands for. It doesn't really, but you know, they might as well have it. So the war, giving myself the giggles. That's so lame. All right, look. It's one of those days. I'm just so excited to finally get the final sprue there, or near enough the final sprue for the grav tank, for the repulsor. So there's a war gear there. The hurricane bolters, they do work. Heavy bolters, grav cannons, missiles. Yes, there are options there, but let's just face it, las cannons. There's even an assault version of this character. So when they get up close, they got like drills on them, kind of like the Gene Stealer cult that we saw, like the rock trucks, etc. And they just bash through walls. They're just crazy, absolutely crazy. So company organizations, right? When it comes to setting up your armies, this doesn't come into play too much, but this is more for the fluff side. If you really want to play out like based on lore and you really want to have fun, this shows you how to organize your armies, and it's actually quite clever. So you got first company, the veteran companies. If you've got mini marines, you could still work this. This is still yours. If you're looking at like Primaris and you want to play along Primaris range, you're pretty much playing along here, but it's okay. Now, if you look at this, when it came to forming your detachments, this is pretty much what it's based on. And they're giving you that idea, so they're combining the lore and they're combining, you know, the reasons why they don't expand too far. The armies is thanks to the Horus Heresy. Codex Astartes lines this out for them. So when you're building your armies, or if you're just collecting and you want to create all your companies, this is the way you can do it. It's brilliant. I love it. It's clever. From a collector's point of view, yeah. Because I mean, you got your fire support, your close combat support. You know, you could be taking in your I mean, like this is really for the person that has that Space Marines army, which takes their time to detail everything. You don't have to have this, so you don't have to say this is what I'm bringing as regards to the first company or the 8th company. The other person probably won't even know. But I've got a lot of respect for people, and when I say a lot of respect, because they've taken a lot of time to do it. So that's a lot of effort. Not that I would know it, but you know, I would respect that time they've taken to do it. And it's nice. It means that there's a story hidden behind that again. And it keeps coming back to that. Some of the most fun games are the ones with stories. Necrons. No, I was waiting for the input from someone screamed Necrons. Nick. So Necrons there. These guys are billions and billions of years old, and they've just been sitting there waiting to take over the galaxy. They go into hibernatic state and then come back out. These guys are strongly based on the Terminator, the original classic Terminator with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And that's why I think that they haven't updated the imagery and the style, because it might be tied into the IP. So that's why we don't see many new Necrons, and maybe why we might not see any in future until, you know, there's some sort of agreement. But I would like to see the Silent King for these guys. I have got a Necron army, and they are the Nihilak Dynasty. Actually, saying that, look, it looks similar to this, except I've used less blue. And there's a dab in Necron. I've got him as well. So they are an interesting army. I like them. I like the mechanics. You shoot them down. If you don't destroy them all, they start getting back up. And there's the Ghost Arcs, which help with that, which collect all the body parts and rebuilds them on site. You can see them in there getting rebuilt. And the Cryptek, which has the ability to turn back time. and all sorts of wonderful things. So it's almost, the science and technology is so far forward, it's almost like magic. It's reached that point. So that's just amazing. Oh, we've got some Catan information there. Just bring that in. I will say one thing about these recent issues of Conquest. They're literally falling apart. You know, maybe they've been sitting there for so long, the glue's coming apart. I don't know what's happening. There's a nice little display there. It's good. I've actually got this guy set to painted him gold. Just to fit in with the Dynasty. Don't ask, it looks cool. You'll see one day. And here's a Repulsor Painting. So I haven't yet built it, and they want me to paint it. Like, give me a minute, yeah? Should have put this in the last issue. At least then I could be excited and preparing like how I want to paint this thing out. Yeah, a lot of this, they talk about painting on sub-assemblies, so you don't have to paint it all together. It's up to you. It is tricky. Painting these little details, it might be worthwhile painting them before you stick them on. You can tell that already. Nice. Okay, so we're getting finer details, we're getting our highlights. We've learned all of this stuff, which is good. Get all your little details to make it pop. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Combination of highlights, edges, washes. So we're really getting to use all the colours. And that's really nice to see. It's like they've given you all these paints and you haven't wasted them. They've got a purpose for them. You've used them up pretty much. That's really cool. They gave you the handle if you was getting the subscription, but the handle wouldn't be suitable for this. So showing you they've got a little bit of blue tack or white tack or whatever you want to, putty tack or whatever you want to call it, and put it on a bottle lid so you can move it around like a handle is brilliant. It will save you time and money. So they're looking at a Tech Marine there. I'm so changing it over. There's no way I'm leaving it as a Tech Marine. He's going to be a Sons of the Phoenix. There you go, it's the layout. And that's done. It's looking okay at that point. Let's get on to the mission. Alright, see what we've got for the mission. And we've got a crash landing. So what are we finding here? See if we can get that focus for you guys. There we go. So effectively, they've got support. Valkyries are coming in, allowing a space in the aerial assault from the Death Guard to drop off the Repulsor. There we go, so that's the battle mat. It's just sitting in the middle. You can't actually use it yet, and that's the objective. Standard rules, 50 power, and I think that's about it, considering. You hear the squeaky door? Exactly. Information as before, and that's the closeout. Now I was going to build the model and paint it up now, as I've got everything on the sprue, but I'm going to wait until I get that final issue so I can put it together with the base, and I think that'd be more interesting, and that's what the next issue is. And we seem to have the final parts of our terrain there. I think we've only got 2 more issues, and I think they're both the same, so it might be worth doubling up on this one if you are after terrain. Other than that, again, that's a lot of fun. I'm saving the suspense and the time and the tension, because I don't want to build it just yet, but I will build it once I have all the pieces. Either way, that's it for now. I've had fun. I hope you've had fun. This has been Spekd. PC out.